Christopher K. Ho is known for materially exquisite objects that draw equally from learned material about and lived encounters with power and otherness in an unevenly decolonized, increasingly networked world. Having left Hong Kong for Los Angeles as a child in the late 1970s, the artist visited his birthplace almost 4 decades later. The adult homecoming provided the artist perspective to rethink his identity of a Western-educated member of the Chinese diaspora. Ho's 2-part work, Always Stop Eating While You're Still a Little Hungry, consists of a miniature model theater perched on the lower deck of the Yasumoto Bridge, in conversation with a large-scale window decal visible across the ravine. Reference from the Ford theaters, where Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, the miniature theater is multicolored and has a small kind of scene of a Thanksgiving dinner inside. 4 primary patterns are based off various crowds. One is based off of 4th of July parade in the US. The second is based off of the crowds at the 1984 LA Olympics. The third is based off of British soldiers marching at Colonial Williamsburg, which is the Rockefeller Foundation initiative to preserve a historic site in Virginia, and they are reenactment of British soldier. The fourth is from George Balanchine's ballet to John Philip Sousa, Stars and Stripes Forever. With the use of stereogram and optical illusion, the artist purposely hide another image underneath the primary patterns. Visitor needs to stare at the signifier, the red and yellow duck, and cross their eyes to see the multiple patterns. Specifically, the hidden patterns are decoy ducks, man-made objects resembling a real duck. Duck decoys are sometimes used in duck hunting to fool real ducks into landing onto the water. By deliberately implying various layers of decoy through his imagery, Chris reflects on the underside of nationalistic spectacle and intentional manipulation of cultural discourse. The voting table underneath the miniature theater engenders visitors' imagination that Mary Lou springs onto the vault and lands cleanly onto J.C. Hall. Artists recall his childhood memory of watching the '84 Olympics in LA and witnessing Mary Lou had done her 2 final perfect 10 vaults to win the women's all-around. Looking back at that, artist understands the Olympic have other nationalistic, political, and more serious meanings. Boycotted by USSR and China, the 1984 Olympics in LA loses 2 powerhouses in the field of gymnastics. The artist highlights Redden's ending pose and captures the moment of her awaiting applause with a strained smile and a well-trained body gesture. She represented a nation while simultaneously revealing discipline and struggle as an individual. The figure alludes to the underside of nationalism. At once it is euphoric and hysteric, celebratory and unsettling.